Oh, we have a guest. Okay, okay. Cool.
Bro, you lit.
What's up, man?
You are lit. I love it. You know,
I'm
it's
just
funny, man,
hanging.
because, bro, it's weird because, you know what, bro? The energy that you put out there, man, the same energy is out there seeking you, right? I'm
Yeah,
sitting over here scrolling through, listening to some outrageous nonsense.
yeah.
Because I came across you, and I'm sitting here, I'm reading what you put here. Man, listen, man. And it's funny because, like, when I came in, you're talking about the 12-step process, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm an old school addict, man. I'm an addict from the 80s. I
Oh,
can't sit here and say that I smoked cuckoo rock. I can honestly say that cuckoo rock smoked me. I got experience. Yeah, bro. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I come from that arena, man. And by the grace of a power that at times I felt undeserving of, right?
right.
And through a belief system instilled upon me from a misinformed place, right?
Yeah.
I lost a lot of years of my life, man. But you know what? I got me now, and the truth is out, and everybody's aware. And those that had eyes to see and ears to hear have waken up to the truth, man. And for that, I'm grateful. So, like, it's funny I come across you because, like, everything I read, I was like, true, 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 true. And then I go to the comments and like, haters, 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 haters. It's the world, bro.
I,
It's the
I
world.
just started. I just turned on the live like less than 5 minutes ago, and yeah, the comments already start
Oh,
coming
it's
in.
slit, bro. It's
Yeah.
slit, brother. It's slit.
I'm
Not a
glad.
lot of people believe. Not a lot of, you know what it is, man? I think that a lot of people that suffer in silence don't know what it is that they're fighting. They don't know that what they fight is spiritual in nature. They don't understand
Yeah.
the fact that they're spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. They live in the external world looking for a solution that's internal in nature. And it's, bro, and people like us who've been through it, I got scars. Listen, bro, I got scars that got scars. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
So
bet.
I'm able to see this, and it hurts me to my heart because I know that no matter what you tell them, they've bought
Wow.
into a lie. You know what I mean? Like, it's
You
sad, bro.
cannot. You cannot force someone to wake up. You cannot force information on people.
Nah, man,
Um,
no way.
it's really sad, and I'm sure you're aware of this. When you get truth, you want to share it with everybody, and then
Oh my god.
the depressing reality comes into play is that people don't
Nah,
like
bro.
being asleep, and
Yeah, yeah.
they look at you as the crazy one, and you're like, please wake up, but
Mm,
you just gotta plant your flag of truth and let people see it, and the ones that resonate with it, they resonate with it, and everybody else can walk away, pretty much.
that's it, man. It's
Yeah.
about. I found out, and I found out late, right? I'm 53, man, and I had a relapse like during the pandemic. Like when the
Oh no,
pandemic
yeah.
hit, it was very, very hard because the business that I'm in, right? I run events. I do special events. I'm a stage hand. So everything, I build concert stages. So it was really weird because when the pandemic hit, for you to lose your job and your business all at the same time, it was
Yeah.
outrageous. Like I ended up, I don't know. One day I didn't even know I relapsed. I didn't even know I relapsed until I was blowing out the smoke. Put it
Right.
that way. It
Yeah.
just got me right, and then I got caught up in a nightmare because I can't even begin to tell. It's hard enough to use during normal time. Imagine using during the pandemic. You can just imagine the nightmares I went through. But grateful that I'm out of that. Right? It's a thing
Oh
now.
yeah.
When I came back around this time, right? It was about healing the proper way. It was about
Mhm.
really learning the thorough way to heal, so you don't ever have to go back. Because somebody like me, like I got tired of what I call the recovery merry-go-round. You know,
Exactly.
I it was a thing where it's like, yo, can I get off this ride? Because y'all getting paid off of my sucker ass. I'm the sucker y'all getting paid by. You prescribing all kinds of these medications and this treatment and this, that, and paying $2,000, $3,000 a night to do nothing. You know what I mean? Not to really even heal. We're just nothing but
Yeah.
oh,
Let me ask you about that.
Shoot.
So I'm not. I have. I have. I have addiction personality, but it's never been like
Addictive
nicotine is
personality, right?
my. I'm addicted to things, but not like I'd be in rehab for it. But I know what it's like to struggle with stuff.
Hey, bro,
And
I told everybody, you ready for this? I told everybody, you want to feel what an addict feels like, right?
yeah,
Put your phone down for 5 days.
yeah, yep. That's
Put your
one
phone
way.
down for 5 days. I guarantee you will experience detox. No way around it. And I'm talking about bugging out in the head, like because people now can't live without their phones, bro. Take that away from them for 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days. Do a test. That's
yeah.
what it
The
feels
phone.
like. That's what it's like.
Yep, you can't even think. Yeah,
Yeah, that got you thinking, right? That's a thought, something to think about, bro. Because that's as real as it gets, man. That's how it is. You're gonna go through withdrawals. You're gonna have physical withdrawals. You're gonna be antsy, restless, irritable, discontented until you
my
can again experience the sense of ease and comfort that comes when you grab your phone and you start
yeah.
going like this again.
My question to
I
you
know,
is
bro.
about the recovery model. To me,
I Go
to
ahead.
me it's always seemed like a kind of a bait and switch to say once you're an addict, you're always an addict, and you're always going to be in a constant state of recovery, as
Yes,
opposed
that's.
to trying to come to a place of like what you said before, we're spirits in a body, right?
Hmm.
Part of my process of trying when I'm disciplined is realizing that I'm not the one who's craving things. It's this body or my emotions or this mind. They're not even mine. It's just that I
It's the
have to be the
primal ego part of you that craves that.
yeah, I have to be the captain of the ship and just tell the body and the mind that those cravings are not they're not healthy for the ship. And so as the captain, I'm just but that's it's tough to stay in control. It's
Easier
tough.
said than done. Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
process, man. Like what I had to learn, like I came and I learned. Look, I come from a place, right, of over 30, 40. I'm 53. I probably used for over 40 years. I'm almost 40 years, right? Let's say I
Yeah.
started at 13, just on some shits and giggles things, man. I could actually say honestly that by 19 I was strung out, right? I had a stem in my mouth and I was running the streets rampant, right? So you
Yeah.
give it 25 to almost 30 years on the street, man, right? Between ins and outs, rehabs, therapeutic communities. I've done the whole gauntlet. I actually worked as a counselor. I went into the actual into that arena, and because of how fake it was and the fact that I was more about really healing. Like for example, right? I understand how the body works today. That the body has to be alkaline in order to truly heal. Um,
Yeah.
what is alkalinity for me, right? I just spent almost 2 hours with my wife making the juices for the next 3 days, right?
Oh,
We juiced our
nice.
bottles. We drink one of these a day, right? And I
Yeah.
also drink nothing. Right now, I've been drinking nothing. This time around, I've been drinking nothing but watermelon water and coconut water. Why? Because it's H3O2, which is what the body was actually designed to drink.
Dude, you
Um,
got some knowledge,
they're not.
man.
No, bro. It's not that. It's that they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you this, right? They want to keep you sick. They don't want you to heal. They want to tell you that there's something wrong with you. They don't want to tell you that all you have is worms and parasites. They don't want to tell you to do
Yeah.
a parasite cleanse. You understand what I'm saying? And and
My wife and I were fruitarian for over a year, and our water down because we got most of our water from our fruit.
from fruits. Yeah,
It was awesome. Expensive, but awesome.
bro.
What's up, Elias?
What's up? How are you doing,
What's up,
David?
brother? Welcome.
We're just hanging out, talking about getting healthy and overcoming addictions and stuff. Fun stuff.
Overcoming ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm my own.
overcoming ourselves.
I'm my own worst enemy, brother.
Yeah, overcoming this meat bag of a suit we call our body.
Yeah, right.
I'm definitely working on my health right now. That's like my number one thing right now.
What are you trying
I'm
to do,
not.
bro?
I'd need to get healthy I'm
Like,
just
okay,
so
but what are
healthy.
you trying to reach? Like, what do you feel? Are you overweight? Is there an eating issue? Is there,
So the struggle that I'm overcoming is nicotine. I have
okay?
a nicotine addiction, hence the messed up throat right now,
Yeah, it's a tough one.
and
That's like
I'm smoking right now.
also
Horrible.
cleanliness.
also,
I need to be more clean.
yeah.
As far as like cleaning keeping up with my room. Like I shower, I keep my body clean. Just I just don't clean my room because I need to.
Let's see, Marvin, your environment.
Yeah, I
I learned that my environment is a direct correlation to where my head is at, right? So if I'm feeling depressed, I remember when I was using, right? And when I was using, I obviously was neglecting myself and not taking care of me. Therefore, my surrounding, like if you go in my van needed detox when I got clean. Like the poor thing needed to go into yeah, because that was my surrounding. That's where I literally, like, I spent most of my day. So my van was a direct correlation of where my head was at. So if I was
yeah,
depressed and I wasn't feeling up to it, my surroundings became a direct result. It was messy. You know what I mean? So you start with one thing at a time, bro. You just pick up the socks, pick up the clothes, little by little, bro. You don't gotta force yourself, but you do have to force yourself out of that state of thinking and that state of mind that keeps you oppressed and down. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta fight through, bro. That's what you
Yeah,
gotta fight through. And
yeah,
you could do it, man. I believe in you, bro. I believe in you.
yeah. I'm just tired of feeling the way that I
This is
feel.
so good.
Like
Another
I
thing I
feel
would
like shit.
suggest,
Like
another
so
thing I would
often.
suggest is a parasite cleanse, bro. Do a parasite cleanse, man. Look it up, bro.
What's a
Look it up.
parasite cleanse?
Well, but they're not going to tell you this, but a lot of the sicknesses that we suffer from are basically caused by freaking parasites, bro. We are what we
Really?
eat. We are what we eat, and the food that we put into our bodies it directly is a direct result of why we suffer the way we suffer. I believe. Just my thoughts, my belief. This is what I've been looking up and studying and really getting into. So I I can't go to like I don't suggest going to McDonald's or things of those places, because that's just like processed food, and processed food is garbage. Um, I stopped drinking milk. Dairy. I got no. I stopped all dairies. Because dairy is scary. It causes mucus in the body, and mucus is the direct cause of all diseases. All diseases. And if you got inflammation in your knees, it's inflammation. It's mucus. Everything that's got to do with diseases, there's mucus involved. So I learned about a mucusless diet, which is everything alkaline, and I try to eat differently, and I do a shitload of. We actually just finished making it. Me and my wife. We just made sea moss gel, right? We now we eat sea
oh,
moss at
nice.
least 3-4 times a day, bro. 3-4 times a day. And sea moss has 100. There's 102 minerals in the body, and sea moss has 92 of them. So, needless to say,
Dude,
how
it sounds like have you run across that one guy? He's a fruitarian. Dr. Moores, I believe. He says a lot of the same stuff you're talking about.
and Dr. Sebi, a lot of them, bro. Because listen,
Oh, Savvy too. Yeah, yeah.
if you go back to how you originally supposed to shit. As a matter of fact, I'll share that with you right now. Check this out. This blew my mind, bro, when I learned it, right? Look, for 1 second. Let me just get in my office because I got it. It's really wild how how everything is right in front of you and we miss it. We miss it. It's like that smack right in front of us and we always miss it. If you, for example, if you're a Christian, right? If you believe in the Bible and you believe in the teachings of the Bible, right? You will go to Genesis, right? Genesis 1, the first chapter, Genesis 1, bro. In the first chapter, the 29th verse, right? Towards the end of the chapter, it says, and God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, right?
Yeah.
every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you
See.
it shall be, to you it shall be for meat, right? And then 30 says, and to every
Yep.
beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. We were meant, we were, I believe, right, that we were meant to eat a certain way. But when man discovered fire, he discovered taste, you know? I don't think we were meant to eat
Yeah.
meat, bro. I don't think we were meant to eat meat, man. But I'll tear me up a bird real quick. You know what I mean? The way my wife cooks, so it's really hard for me to make the transition, right, into a certain way of eating when I've got 50 years of eating a certain way. So once
Yeah.
you understand that, then you start to work little by little into putting things into your body that are better for you. Like I started
Yeah.
with the water. Then I started to cut down on meats. I cut out dairy. I eat more. I can't give up my arroz con gandules and pollo guisado because I'm not giving that up for nothing in the world. My wife cooks it
What's
and it's
that?
out of this world. It's rice.
What is
It's
it?
Spanish rice and beans and chicken. It's just the way
Oh.
my wife makes it. I'm sorry. I'm not giving it up. Sorry. But you know what? The beautiful thing you know, about living a life that's to being the best self that you could be, is that you don't have to give everything up at once. And
Mm.
you could give up the things that don't serve you. Like giving up smoking is a good thing. For me right now, giving up pot is gonna be a good thing because this is not even pot anymore. It's really not.
Yeah.
Like I come from the 80s, man. I remember smoking real weed. This gets me pissed off and sick. But thank God that I
That's
put
good.
down the other substances. You understand? So
Hmm.
letting go of these things and bettering myself through education, through learning how to eat properly, learning about alkalinity, learning about ways to help other recovering addicts that are going to be coming into the fold at some point. You know,
Hmm.
that you don't have to take those medications that they say that they quote diagnose you. Now you bouncing off the listen. If you smoking crack, man, you going into detox and rehab. You're gonna be bouncing off the walls for the first 10 days. What are they gonna label you? Freaking bipolar? Of course, you're bipolar 5,000. You've been smoking cuckoo rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but they real quick to throw a pill, right? That's gonna keep the system going around and around. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pull myself out of the system, and I don't no longer want to be a part of being the test monkey. You know what I mean?
You know,
I
one
no
thing I
longer want to be a
learned,
part of that, man.
one thing I learned, because what used to be a Christian, now I'm a Faithist, right? Well, one thing I learned sort of the difference between the
I
two.
like the Faithist, man. I like the Faithist teachings, man. You gotta tell me more about that, brother. Like,
Well, okay, here's a little bit. So as a Christian, I was always focused on sort of an end destination, either heaven or hell, right? And of course, you're
mhm.
going to try and do the best you can here so you can wind up in heaven. But if you couldn't make progress in a particular area, or if you were stuck, or you know, basically it was all going to be good because you could take all that shortcoming, put it onto a savior, and then at the end you're going to wind up in heaven and it'll all be good. So you had this destination model in mind. As a faithist, there is no
Right,
end destination, it's a journey. And so your personal progress, your personal mindset is that there's never going to be a time where you're going to be uh, taken over from an outside source and everything's going to be fixed for you. You are on a journey to the light, and that journey never ends. It's like what you're saying. You give it up a little bit at a time, but you're gaining a lot at a time too. So it's the
oof,
direction of travel is the most important, and that direction of travel is right now, right here. It's not waiting to be rescued. And so for me, it's a lot more responsibility, but it also has a lot more motivation for me to actually take responsibility for myself.
You have to. You have to, man. A lot of people don't. I noticed that a lot of people don't want to take responsibility. They rather play the blame. They rather bring out the blame thrower and blame everybody else, man, because they can't see their part in this. You know what I mean? Like I had to see my part in the destruction of my own life. You know what I mean? I couldn't blame it on circumstances, the neighborhood, and all that, bro. You made a choice.
Yeah.
You chose to pick up the stem, and this is the consequences that follow behind it. You know what I mean? So you can't, like at the end of the day, you got to look at you and where you at, and admit the fact that you know what, bro? There's something about that life that you liked at that time,
Yeah.
but guess what? It didn't like you back. So you got a decision to make. You know what I
And the
mean?
thing and the thing is about those dark times, you would not be in the light that you're basking in right now if you didn't have those dark times. You
Of course.
cannot appreciate the light without the dark. And people are always saying, "Well, why is if God or the Creator is so good, why is there darkness in the world?" There has to be darkness in order for there to be progress.
Yes, I agree, bro. I agree. Yo,